You press the glass and it answers. No buttons, no clicks, just your finger and a screen that somehow knows the exact spot you touched. It feels like the glass is reading your mind. It is not. Underneath that smooth surface sits an invisible grid, humming with a faint electric charge, waiting for you. Today we slice the screen open and watch your fingertip leave a fingerprint made of electricity. From the side, a touchscreen looks like one solid sheet of glass. It is not. It is a stack, thinner than a credit card, built from separate layers. On top, the hard glass you can touch. Below that, a layer that senses. Below that, the display that paints the picture. Light shines up through every layer to reach your eyes, while the sensing happens in between, completely invisible. We start at the layer that feels you. The sensing layer holds a grid you can almost never see. Thin lines run left to right. Another set runs top to bottom. They are made of a strange material called indium tin oxide, or ITO, which conducts electricity yet stays as clear as water. So the lines carry current like wires, but light passes straight through them. Cross the rows over the columns and you get a fine mesh of tiny intersections, covering the whole screen. At every crossing, the controller stores a tiny amount of electric charge. Picture a microscopic bucket of electricity sitting at each point where a row meets a column. Engineers call this capacitance. Each little bucket holds a steady, predictable amount, and the chip beneath the screen knows that amount by heart. Nothing is touching yet. The grid simply sits there, fully charged, every single intersection balanced, waiting for something to change the math. Now your finger arrives. Your body is mostly water and salt, which makes you a surprisingly good conductor of electricity. When your fingertip comes near the glass, it does not need to press hard. It just needs to get close. The charge stored at the nearest intersections feels you coming. Some of that electric charge is pulled toward your finger, drawn away from the grid. The little bucket of charge springs a small, measurable leak. That leak is the whole secret. Where your finger hovers, the capacitance drops. The bucket of charge at those crossings suddenly holds a little less than it should. Everywhere else on the screen, the numbers stay exactly the same. So a touch is not really a push. It is a dip, a tiny dent in the electrical landscape, appearing at the precise rows and columns sitting under your skin. The grid has felt you, but it does not yet know where. To find you, a chip beneath the screen goes hunting. It sends a small pulse down the first column, then listens to every row for the charge that comes back. Then the next column and the next, faster than you can blink. It sweeps the entire grid this way, dozens of times every second. Column by column, row by row, it reads the charge at thousands of crossings, building a fresh map of the whole surface over and over. Most of that map reads as normal. The charge comes back full and steady, just as expected. But at the few crossings under your fingertip, the returning charge is weak. The chip notices the shortfall instantly. These changes are astonishingly small, a faint whisper of electricity. So the controller is built to hear whispers, ignoring the noise of the display glowing behind it and the electrical hum of the world around it, listening only for that telltale dip. 1 weak row and 1 weak column would only give a rough square. The screen does far better. Your fingertip is wider than a single line, so it dims several neighbors at once, some strongly, some faintly. By comparing how much each nearby crossing dropped, the chip finds the center of the dip, the weighted middle of your touch. From a blurry smudge of changed numbers, it pinpoints a single sharp spot, often finer than the pixels themselves. Because the grid is scanned as a whole, one finger is no harder than 10. Each fingertip carves its own dip at its own crossings, all read in the same fast sweep. That is how pinch and zoom works. 2 thumbs spread apart, 2 separate dips drifting across the map, tracked at the very same time. The screen is not watching a single point. It is watching the entire surface and counting every place the charge has changed. Now the chip turns electricity into numbers. Each touch becomes a pair of coordinates, an across value and a down value, a simple address on the screen. Those numbers are handed up to the software, which checks what sits at that address. A button, a link, A key on the keyboard. In the time it takes the picture to refresh, your physical touch has become a command the program understands, and the screen responds beneath your finger. So follow the path again. The layered stack holds a clear grid of indium tin oxide. Every crossing stores a steady charge. Your conductive finger arrives and drains a little of it, dropping the capacitance. The chip scans column by column, hears the faint dip, and weighs the neighbors to pinpoint the exact spot. It turns that point into coordinates, hands them to the software, and the touch becomes a command. Glass, grid, charge, finger, scan, point, command. No moving parts, no pressure required, just an invisible grid, a steady charge, and the small, certain leak your body leaves behind. The next time the glass answers your touch, remember the silent sweep happening underneath, thousands of times a second. The screen was never reading your mind. It was only counting electricity faster than you can feel. That is the quiet trick hidden in plain sight. Thanks for watching The Cutaway.